Hello, welcome to this lecture series on thermodynamics part 3. This is actually lecture number 5. In the last lecture, I discussed how the concept of entropy has originated through second law of thermodynamics, and I also discussed the entropy change ds is equal to del q by t in the case of reversible process, whereas the change in entropy ds is greater than del q by t in the case of irreversible process. Then I also showed that reversible adiabatic process is an isentropic process, whereas irreversible adiabatic process is not an isentropic process. In this lecture, I am going to discuss entropy change for the universe, entropy change for the surrounding, and entropy change for the system. Okay, let's get started. Entropy change in an isolated system. We know very well that isolated system does not exchange any form of energy with the surrounding. So heat transfer does not occur. Okay, heat transfer between system and surrounding does not occur in isolated system. We know that change in entropy is equal to del q reversible by t for reversible process, whereas ds is greater than del q by t for irreversible process. Okay, this we know. In the last lecture I introduced all these ideas. Then in an isolated system, heat transfer does not occur between system and surrounding. Therefore del q reversible or del q both should be 0 in the case of isolated system. So if I substitute 0 here, I will get ds equal to 0 for reversible process. If I substitute del q as 0 here, I will get ds greater than 0 for an irreversible process. So ds equal to 0 for a reversible process, ds is greater than 0 for an irreversible process. Okay, then universe can be considered as an isolated system because beyond universe there is nothing outside. Therefore we can imagine universe as an isolated system. Okay, so inside the universe, whatever we consider a system, surrounding, right, everything is present inside the universe. Therefore change in entropy of the universe should be equal to 0 because universe is actually considered as an isolated system. So change in entropy of the universe should be equal to 0 for reversible process, and change in entropy of the universe should be greater than 0 for an irreversible process. Okay, yeah. So this is this conclusion we have arrived at from the idea that universe is an isolated system. Okay, then this is very important. We know very well all natural processes are irreversible and all natural process occurs spontaneously. So we can say that irreversible process, right, or spontaneous process occurs in an irreversible manner. Are you clear? Therefore listen, so for an irreversible process, see here, for an irreversible process change in entropy of the universe should be greater than 0. Therefore for spontaneous process also change in entropy of the universe should be greater than 0. So therefore for a spontaneous process change in entropy of the universe should be greater than 0. Okay, what is meant by change in entropy of the universe? Universe is nothing but system plus surrounding. So this you can also write it as we can also write this as ds system plus ds surrounding, change in entropy of the system plus change in entropy of the surrounding. Okay, that should be equal is greater than 0 for a spontaneous process. Or we can say in the other way, this universe can also be called as total. So change in entropy, total change in entropy should be greater than 0 for a spontaneous process. Okay, now what is the change in entropy of the system for a reversible and irreversible process? This is very, very important. How to calculate change in entropy of the system for reversible and irreversible process. Okay. For that, first I will introduce how to calculate change in entropy of the surrounding. Listen, change in entropy of the surrounding is directly proportional to the heat transfer that occurs to the surrounding. Suppose some amount of heat is transferred from system to surrounding. So, surrounding gains some thermal energy. Therefore, entropy of the surrounding will increase. Okay. Then, we can also write this as, listen, whatever amount of thermal energy that is obtained in surrounding, actually that thermal energy comes out from system. So, when system loses energy, we will get we gain energy in the surrounding. Therefore, the gaining of energy in the surrounding is equal to the loss of energy in the system. So, we can also write this as minus del Q system. Okay. Now, and also that change in entropy of the surrounding is inversely proportional to temperature. Listen, what does this mean? This is very, very important. Suppose if the temperature of the surrounding is low, then if some amount of heat is transferred from system to surrounding, okay, it will cause more agitation in the motions of the molecule. Therefore, the increase in entropy will be high. Whereas, if the temperature of the surrounding is already high, and if some amount of heat is transferred from system to surrounding, okay, since already temperature is very high, the thermal agitation because of the heat that is coming out from system to surrounding will be very, very less. Okay. Yeah. So, change in entropy of the surrounding should be inversely proportional to temperature. Now, by combining these two, we can write change in entropy of the surrounding is equal to, in this case, proportionality constant is 1. Therefore, ds surrounding can be written directly as equal to minus del Q system by T. Right? Or we can also write it as delta S surrounding is equal to minus Q system by T. Okay. So, to calculate change in entropy of the surrounding, okay, whether it is a reversible process or irreversible process, whatever it is, right, you can use this formula to calculate change in entropy of the surrounding. Okay. Then. Okay. This is another important one. Since entropy is a state function, in the last lecture, I showed that entropy is a state function. So, since entropy is a state function, change in entropy should be same whether the process is carried out reversibly or irreversibly. Very, very important. Listen, suppose assume that a system is present in state 1. Okay. By doing some operation, right, in a reversible manner, we can change the state of the system from 1 to 2. So, you can change the state from 1 to 2 through reversible process. You can also make the same change through an irreversible process also. Whatever maybe it is, whether it is reversible or irreversible, change in entropy, okay, change in entropy, that is ds, right? This change in entropy depends only on the initial state and final state. It does not depend on how the change was carried out. Okay, so the change in entropy can be calculated, right, using the reversible process formula. That value should be same for the irreversible process also. Okay. Now, so for a reversible process, change in entropy of the system plus change in entropy of the surrounding should be equal to 0. Keep the change in entropy of the system as such, and we know very well what is change in entropy of the surrounding. It is nothing but minus del Q system by T. Okay, so we have derived just before. Substitute that value here equal to 0. Then here plus into minus is minus, and bring this quantity to the right hand side. So, ds system, that is change in entropy of the system, is equal to del Q system by T. Okay, this del Q can be positive or negative depending upon whether the system gains energy or loses energy, right? Or we can also write it as delta S system is equal to the heat transferred in the system through reversible process by T. Listen, this formula I have written as reversible process. This formula is applicable for reversible process as well as for irreversible process. Okay, yeah. So listen, many people they think that this formula is applicable only for reversible process. No, because entropy change depends only on the initial state and final state. It does not depend on whether the change occur through reversible manner or irreversible manner. So we should use same formula for reversible process as well as for irreversible process. Okay. So remember, to calculate delta S system for an irreversible process, we should identify a reversible path for the process and then we should calculate delta S system. So even for an irreversible process, we should identify a reversible path and using that path we should calculate delta S system. This delta S system should be equal for reversible as well as for irreversible process. Okay. Then from first law of thermodynamics, right, we can write change in internal energy as del Q plus del W, delta W. For reversible process, du is equal to del Q reversible minus we know very well del W, delta W, right, is equal to minus delta W equal to minus external pressure external pressure into change in volume. This is the work done. Okay, but in the case of reversible process, external pressure and gas pressure are almost equal. Therefore we can replace this external pressure as gas pressure. Therefore you can write it as minus PdV for reversible process. So delta W can be written as minus PdV. Now bring this minus PdV to the left hand side. So del Q reversible equal to du plus PdV. Substitute this value, right, in ds system. Okay, right, in the change in entropy of the system in this formula. So if you substitute here, you will get ds system, change in entropy of the system, as change in internal energy plus PdV by T. Okay, or you can separate this as du by T plus PdV by T. This is the formula we are going to use to calculate entropy change for the system. We know how to calculate entropy change of the surrounding, right? We have already discussed about this. Okay, entropy change of the surrounding is nothing but minus del Q system by T. We derived already, right? But this formula is applicable how to calculate entropy change for the system alone. Okay, irrespective of whether the process is reversible or irreversible, whether the substance is ideal gas or real gas, whatever it is, this is the formula we are going to use to calculate change in entropy of the system. Okay, yeah, I stop here. In the next class we will discuss how to apply this formula for an ideal gas, okay, under different conditions. Then we'll discuss how to apply this formula for a real gas. Okay, yeah, I stop here. Thank you.